General Hospital spoilers. Judge throws Port Charles into chaos. Sam's will invalidated. Alexis becomes Scout's guardian. Port Charles has seen its fair share of legal battles, but nothing quite like the seismic shift that shook the courthouse today. In a decision that will ripple across families and friendships, the judge has invalidated Sam McCall's will, handing over legal guardianship of Scout Kane to none other than Alexis Davis, Sam's own mother. For months, viewers have been bracing themselves for the outcome of this bitter legal battle. Sam's death, still under mysterious and suspicious circumstances, left more than heartbreak in its wake. Her will had been seen as a testament to her final wishes, a carefully considered plan to ensure her daughter's future. But now, with the judge striking it down, everything Sam intended has been swept away in one decisive gavel strike. The day began with an air of tense anticipation. Drew Kane sat at the petitioner's table, hoping to secure permanent guardianship of his daughter Scout. His legal team seemed confident, and Drew himself carried the stoic composure of a man ready to fight for his child. Across the aisle, Alexis appeared uncharacteristically nervous, her hands twisting together in her lap. She wasn't here to fight for custody, at least, that's what she thought when she walked in. But the hearing took a dramatic turn when Judge Randall presented new evidence. The original will Sam had left behind was declared legally invalid due to improper witnessing and conflicting clauses. More shockingly, an older, legally binding document from years prior emerged, naming Alexis as the primary guardian should anything happen to Sam. Gasps filled the courtroom. Drew's eyes widened. Alexis's mouth fell open. And in the gallery, Christina and Molly exchanged bewildered glances, unsure whether to feel relief, pride, or dread. Given a lack of legal standing for the most recent will, Judge Randall began, his voice measured but firm, and the existence of a prior document that meets all legal requirements. The court recognizes Alexis Davis as the legal guardian of minor Scout Kane, effective immediately. The courtroom froze. Drew shot up from his chair, visibly shaken. "Your Honor, with all due respect, Sam and I." The judge cut him off. "Mr. Kane, the court is bound by the letter of the law. You may file an appeal, but as of this ruling, guardianship belongs to Ms. Davis." Alexis sat frozen, unable to process the words. Her mind spun with questions. Why hadn't Sam told her? Why had she even named her in that older will? And more importantly, how was she supposed to navigate raising Scout without destroying the already fragile family bonds around her? Outside the courthouse, the scene was explosive. Drew confronted Alexis almost immediately. "This isn't what Sam would have wanted," Drew insisted, his voice a mix of anger and desperation. Alexis, still stunned, replied quietly, "I didn't ask for this, Drew. I didn't even know I was still in her will, but the court made its decision." Nearby, Christina chimed in. "Maybe this is for the best. Scout should be with family, with Grandma." But Molly, ever the pragmatic one, raised a brow. "Or maybe this is a recipe for disaster." Alexis's track record with raising kids is complicated, to say the least. The most poignant moment came later that evening when Alexis sat down with Scout at her lake house. The little girl, still processing her mother's death, listened quietly as Alexis tried to explain. "So, you're my guardian now?" Scout asked softly. "Yes, sweetheart," Alexis said, her voice trembling. "It means I'm responsible for taking care of you, keeping you safe, and making sure you're happy." Scout's eyes searched her grandmother's face. "But what about Daddy?" The question hit Alexis like a punch. How could she explain the court's decision in a way that didn't make Drew seem like he'd lost? She simply replied, "You'll still see your dad all the time. Nothing will change about that. This just means you'll live with me for now." Scout nodded slowly, but didn't smile. "I wish Mom could decide." Word spread fast. Sonny was among the first to call Alexis, his tone surprisingly gentle. "I know this is a lot," he said, "but Scout's lucky to have you. Don't let Drew push you around." Jason, on the other hand, was less diplomatic. "Sam trusted Drew with Scout," he told Alexis flatly. "Whatever the court says, you know in your heart where Scout belongs." Even Carly weighed in, telling Drew over coffee at the Metro Court, "If you want to fight this, you'll need more than emotion. You'll need to prove Alexis is unfit, and that's not going to be easy." One burning question remains: who dug up the technicalities that invalidated Sam's most recent will? Some believe it was sheer coincidence, but in Port Charles, nothing is ever that simple. Speculation points to Diane Miller, who might have uncovered the discrepancy while reviewing paperwork; Christina, who perhaps stumbled upon the older will in Alexis's files; or even an unknown player with their own agenda for tearing Drew and Scout apart. The suspense grows as viewers wonder whether Sam herself had doubts about her final wishes, or whether someone is rewriting her legacy for their own gain. What's next? A brewing custody war. Drew has already vowed to appeal, setting the stage for a full-blown custody battle. But this won't just be about who can provide the better home. Expect secrets from Alexis's past, her drinking, her estranged relationships, her history of questionable decisions, to be dragged into the harsh light of court. Meanwhile, Alexis will have to navigate Scout's emotional needs while trying to keep the peace with Drew, Jason, and the rest of the family. The longer this drags on, the more likely it is that Scout will feel caught in the middle, and that could have lasting consequences for her relationship with everyone involved. A mystery witness appears. Someone steps forward claiming to know why Sam changed her will, and their testimony could blow the case wide open. Christina versus Molly. The Davis sisters take opposite sides in the custody war, leading to a rift that could last for years. Drew's desperation. Drew makes a risky move that could jeopardize his standing with the court. Scout's secret plan. The young girl comes up with her own idea to fix the situation, one that could put her right in harm's way.